Right then, this is a quick walk around video for a really lovely looking Honda HR-V. This is a 1.5 SE petrol manual car. The car's a 65 plate with just 59,800 miles. It's also got a full Honda service history. All the servicing done by them, right up the service we've just done. I mean, it wasn't even quite due, but we just like to check them over. Finished in white, which always looks fantastic on these cars, especially when, like this one, it's been fitted with the exterior styling pack, so you get the extended front bumpers and these sort of side steps. They're all very subtle, but they really add up to give the car a more substantial look, in my humble opinion. Front of the car, very clean. Lights and lenses are clear and intact. There's no cracks or condensation there. Bottoms of the car, very clean. Any stone chips are minuscule, if any. Near side of the car, very smooth down the panel work. Can't see any obvious car parking indentations. Near side front alloy, generally good. Just the odd minor bit of sort of turbo marks on there, but nothing to write home about. Near side rear, again, generally good. Just a tiny bit of pickling on the spokes, but far better than you normally get on this age on the HR-Vs. Then around the back, you can see the extended rear bumper with black insert. It looks really good. Also very clean around there. Offside, driver's side, again, very smooth down the panel work. Can't see any obvious indentations there. Offside rear alloy, again, good, but just with a little bit of pickling on the spokes. A couple of the spokes rather. And then final alloy, as with the others really. But again, as I said, far better than you'd normally see on this car, this age car. But it is a lovely looking car, this one. Come to the boot area now, really big boot, and you can even up underneath the cover there at the bottom, you've got another sort of 8 to 9 inches of depth with a big well, which is extra storage. It's been kept beautifully as well. Coming to the back now, loads of room. These are family cars and can quite often be very heavily used. This one has been used very gently indeed. It's coming on the front and the passenger side. Full set of original Honda mats in the car. Passenger seat again, absolutely lovely condition. Finally coming on the driver's side, door card very clean. Some of the footwell areas. The driver's seat for a car of its age in absolutely superb condition. Inside the car now, engine's running as is always the case, so the dash is illuminated, which looks pretty much like new in all honesty. You can see their information screen with the radio. You get DAB, hands-free telephone as well. Down below that, dual zone climate control system, but it just looks beautiful. It's in lovely condition. Quickly show you the dash binnacle, 59,844 miles. Engine running, and there are no warning lights on the car at all. Finally, just to show you, owner's manual pack and lock and wheel nut key, all here and present with the car. Right then, this is a quick road test video, and this is for a Honda HR-V 1.5 SE. The car is registered, if I can read it, PK65OUW, and mileage at the start of the road test is 59,844. The reason we do these videos, and especially this bit, the road test section, is to ensure that if anyone is looking at any of our cars online, they get to see the very car advertised actually in operation. And the reason we've always felt it important is simply because, like lots of people, we've been to see cars which have looked perfectly good in a photograph or description, but only to get there and find out it's actually got an obvious fault that shows up when you drive the car, and that can be really frustrating if you've travelled any kind of distance at all. We also do it on these very quiet country roads. It's an absolutely beautiful part of Gloucestershire, and it actually forms part of the road test route we take our customers on. And the hope is, of course, it'll be representative of what you'd feel yourself if you went on driving the car. So coming to the car, as you know from the walk around video, it's been very well looked after. All of the servicing, and lots of them, have been done by the Honda main dealers, right up to the one we've literally just done. And it feels it. It feels absolutely as tight as a drum. Twist the key, engine starts instantly and settles to a smooth, even idle. There are no warning lights on the dashboard at all relating to the engine or any other part of the car actually. Honda, I've said many a time, build the best 4-cylinder engines in the world. and it's for lots of reasons. Most notably, of course, is they build the toughest, most reliable engines out there. They're cam chain driven in this case, so no cam belts to worry about. But more than that, it is just actually how they drive. It's the you get in a Honda engine and you know it's a Honda engine straight away. They've got a mechanical sophistication to them, but they're an engineering company. They like their engines to be admired and people to enjoy using them. So when you put your foot down, you get it muted. It's not loud, but is it like an intake noise? It sounds nice. It's got a kind of a sporty note to it, but it's got that mechanical sophistication that's sort of inbuilt into it, which I've always loved about Honda units. The engine then feeds through into the clutch and gearbox. Clutch in the car, bike point's exactly where it's meant to be. It's nice and smooth in operation. Gearbox, one of the nicest gearboxes you'll ever use, for all sorts of reasons. Virtually all modern front-wheel drive cars, as with this one, the gear levers aren't directly connected to the gearbox, they're via cables. Unfortunately, that means that lots of gear changes can feel completely devoid of any sort of feel, substance. They can be just vague and horrible. This is the opposite. It's incredibly short in throw, and the engagement is lovely. It's positive. You can feel the gears engage. It's got that, when the synchro mesh is, working, you can feel it. But what's lovely about it is it's so tight in the gate that there's minimal movement, sort of up and down, right to left. So first to second, and then second to third. It's just like a little dunk dunk sensation. Absolutely wonderful, and that feels exactly as it would have done when it was new. By the way, just zero wear in it. Then moving on to the steering and chassis, which Honda always do well. They always build cars that drive nicely, pretty much always. Not a complete lie. I think there must be the odd one that doesn't, but I've not driven one. Starts with the steering, which is very nicely weighted. It's not over light, which again is a pet hate of mine. But what it is actually reasonably quick, but absolutely pinpoint accurate. So where you point, you go. Works beautifully with the chassis. It also tracks dead straight. There's no vibrations at this speed or any speed up to the legal limit. But when you do go through corners, like the one coming up here, I carry a bit more speed than I would do normally. Just turn in, hardly any movement. Pick your point. It follows absolutely faithfully. Very little fuss. The car just flows through corners really nicely, and that's really hard to achieve when it also manages to give you this beautifully compliant ride. It's very, very comfortable. Normally, if you've got a ride as comfortable as this, you get lots of kind of wallowy motions going on with the car, or if you get the kind of the handling it gives you in terms of the tightness of the body control, you normally need very stiff springing, which is incredibly hard and unyielding. But this manages to do both in one package, and as I said, that's just pure engineering. It's brilliantly done. Also, absolutely no clonks, rattles coming from underneath the vehicle at all. It's all in good order. Brakes on the car are fantastic, bite really well. There's no sort of pulsing or vibrations coming back to the brake pedal, so all in fine order. And then we come inside the car. It's a really lovely interior because it's nicely done aesthetically. They're very well built, of course. All the things which you love of the Honda. I mean, their packaging is genius. You got this huge amount of space inside for the size of the car. The magic seats that flip up and fold completely flat. Dual level boot floor, but all very nicely put together. But the dashboard architecture is easy on the eye, but also very simple to use. Dead easy radio, dual zone climate control systems, so you can have different temperatures side to side if you really want to. And that pumps out lovely cold air because we tried it at a nice warm workshop earlier on. You've got this lovely sort of gloss black with the chrome around it, which again aesthetically looks really, really nice. And directly in front of me, very nicely presented dash binnacle. In an age where there's lots going on in cars in terms of information they're trying to impart, This is a refreshingly simple design. You just got big speedo in the middle, flanked either side by your information screen and your rev counter. It's beautifully done. And then finally, leather bound steering wheel, which pretty much feels like new to hold. It is in lovely condition, by the way, this car, as I said, from the walk around section. Also, cannot fault it, drives absolutely perfectly.